Hey guys, welcome to the 40-second C programming tutorial, and in this tutorial we're going to be looking at putting our code in a separate file, and doing so will just make your projects a lot more organized, so I highly suggest that you do this whenever working on a large project. Alright, so the first thing that we need to do is just create a header file, and this header file is where we're just going to put all the prototypes for all of our functions. Or if you needed to create some struct or union, you'd want to put that in the header file as well. Alright, so in order to create the header file, just go up to File, New, and then go down to File. And then go ahead and select C/C++ header. Go ahead and click Go. Go ahead and click Next. And then go ahead and browse the location that you want to put your header file. And I suggest that you just put it in your project folder, so that's where I'm going to put it. And I'm going to go ahead and name this file my file. Alright, then I'm just going to go ahead and click Save. And select all right here and click finish. Alright, so let me just go ahead and explain what this code does right here. Alright, so let me just go ahead and explain all this code right here. So basically what it's doing right here is it's saying if this right here is not defined, then define it. And this right here is just basically ending the if statement. And this code will basically just ensure that all the code inside of here is only included in our project once. So the first time that it goes through this, is this defined? No, it's not. So we're going to go ahead and define it, then include all of this code. Then the second time that it comes through, is this defined? Yes, it is, so it doesn't include the code inside of here. And every time that it comes through after that, it won't include that code again. So basically this just ensures that our code will only be included in our project once. Alright, so like I said, inside of here is where we're going to want to put our function prototypes. And we're going to be creating one function, and this function is just going to print an integer out onto the screen. So its return type is going to be void, and we're just going to call this function print int, and then this function is going to take one parameter, and that's just the integer that will be printed out onto the screen. So we're just going to say int I right here, and then of course end the line with a semicolon. Alright, so now that we have all of our function prototypes created, we now need to create a code file, and that code file is where we're going to want to put all of our functions. So we're just going to go up here and go to File, New, Empty File, go ahead and click Yes to this, and then again you just need to name your code file. I'm going to go ahead and call it my file, and you're going to want to call your header file and your code file the exact same name, so I just named them both my file. And anytime that you see a file with a .c extension, that basically just means that it was coded in C, not C++. Alright, so then once you've got your file name all set, just go ahead and click Save, go ahead and click OK, and there you go. So now all that we need to do is basically just create that print int function. So I'm just going to go back to my header file and copy this function prototype right here and paste it so I just don't have to rewrite it. And then all we want this function to do is just print out this integer onto the screen. So we're just going to say printf, and then we're going to do %i since we're printing out that integer, and then we're just going to end that line, and we just want to replace this %i with a number that the user passes through as a parameter. So we're just going to put I right there since that's the name of our integer parameter. Alright, so now let's say that we wanted to use this printInt function in our main file, or any file for that matter. The first thing that you're going to want to do is just up here write pound include, and then inside of quotes just go ahead and put the name of your header file. And this will basically just tell your computer where that printInt function is coming from, or what that printInt function is. Because if we didn't put it, then it would have no idea what that printInt function actually is. Alright, so now we can go ahead and call our printInt function with no problems. So we can just say printInt, and then we're just going to go ahead and have it print out onto the screen the number 5. And when we run this, we should just get 5 out onto the screen. Yep, perfect. So basically the reason that we can do this is because from this header file it knew that this printInt was an actual function and that it took an integer parameter. And then inside of our code file right here we just created the actual function itself. And if we wanted to, we could create another function and just prototype it in this file and then actually create it in this file. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this tutorial, so see you guys.